Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kakis, Palm, and Larry. Shema, shema. Okay. It's gonna be Oskayaat work crocodiles today. So we have Animus on the regular work crocodile, 2.4%. All right, but I want to do as much of this bestiary during full moon as possible. That's the idea. I don't like this respawn very much.
Nie dobrze, a ty chuju dobrze. Kurwa, bober.
We have a few lesser gems we could consider doing a gambit on. Maybe we'll do that towards the end of the stream though. Good morning, Carney. Semenatan. Alright. Hello Neon, hello Storm, hello, good morning. Now, do I need a prismatic here? I don't think so. Let's try without prismatic to start with. Soul armor, yes, indeed. Alright. Got the right virtue. Let's go. Yes, bought the soul armor, got it transferred yesterday. So yeah. Got soul Kamas as well. Ready for that level 400 now. Yeah, still need the boots, but I'm not that big a fan of the boots. I don't think the boots provide a massive power boost. The boots are very good if you're hunting ice library and a team hunt, because they do have the built-in ice protection, which would be very nice for that. But seeing as I'm not really planning to be hunting ice library anytime soon, I'm probably okay not having the soul boots until they drop in price a little bit. At least that's the idea. How much did it cost? I think I paid just under 6k TC for the armor. Yeah, not cheap for sure. But no monk items are cheap at this point. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to me. Early afternoon for me now. We'll see what we were able to do here during full moon. Without full moon, I think I was peaking at like, it was like borderline, like around 4k raw, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe a little bit more than that during full moon. Do you buy most of your TC or do you earn it in game? I haven't bought TC in a very long time. I did sell all of the equipment from my Paladin, and I had over like 1kk in equipment on my Paladin. 1kk, triple K. So that's how I'm able to afford most of the monk gear at the moment. Yeah, other than I haven't needed to like purchase Tibia coins for real money in quite a long time actually. So yeah, it's mostly like self-funded one way or another through regular game activities. You know, I have been playing this game for a long time, so over all the years I have accumulated a fair amount of wealth in all my characters. I think I should still have enough money for the soul boots and for the Sanguin trousers. So that should probably be all the best in slot equipment that I need for a very long time. The one thing I'm not sure about is what's going to happen with this summer update, right? There may be some new items that are released this summer update. New best in slot stuff. But if I had to guess, it would probably be like a physical weapon for a monk, which, you know, I really don't care about. I wouldn't be getting that. But maybe there'll be like a really nice new... I don't know. What would the monk need? He's got soul boots and armor, sanguine legs, primal helmet, ring. I guess maybe a new amulet. Like we've got this Marudri Brush, right? Which is pretty good. But I suppose we could get a best in slot upgrade of that. Could get us a different amulet. With like something different, not fire protection. Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say we're going to get a new amulet. The monk is going to get a new amulet. And a new physical weapon. So the physical weapon I don't care about, but the amulet is probably going to be pretty expensive if that's what it ends up being. New best in slot amulets for all Vox? Yeah, I think it could be. Because there's no proper best in slot amulets, right? There's like Pendulet, Sleep Shawl, Enchanted Turtle Amulet. Mages have what? Fjordic Amulet still? Is that still like best in slot, basically? Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I think this summer update might be new best in slot amulets. Rechargeable for 10 silver tokens per hour or some bullshit like that. Nah, it probably would be like Spirit Fawn, like rings and stuff. So 5 silver tokens per like 3 hours, if I were to guess. That would be good. Why are you using claws instead of Eldritch Moonspade? I sold my Eldritch Moonspade for 110kk. And anyway, I'm not convinced that the Eldritch Moonspade is particularly better than the claws. They seem more or less the same to me. I'm still due to do a proper test on that, but I have not felt any negative association with using the claws over the Moonspade. Feels basically identical to me. Or my predictions for Knight. Maybe a new shield. Shield and amulet. I feel like there's so many weapons. They always give weapons, so they probably will give some weapons, but you know, there's so many weapons already for the EK. It would be great to have an energy or earth weapon, I think, for the Axe Knight. I don't remember about club and sword. I think we drew a shield though. We haven't had a shield since Soul Bastion. And that's very niche. They should make a shield which is actually worth using, where you consider like using a one-handed weapon over a two-handed weapon. Because the shield is so good. Like, shields need to be really, really good, best in slot shields, to actually be worth using. I don't know how long Tibia Drum takes. It depends on your level, right? I mean, I got it from tournaments, so I have it account bound. I don't have it from Drome. Like what you can probably get like 50, 60, wave 70 or so, right? Every 2 weeks. So like a year then, I guess. Maybe a bit less, 6 months, 7 months. Cobra, Bio, or Nagakatsu? I think Cobra. A little bit of power. It's not. A little bit of power from Nagakata is probably not worth giving up almost their vampirism imbuement. I know I prefer Cobra Bio. Ice Club is really needed. Yeah. Ice Club indeed. It's only sword that has both ice and energy best in slot like proper weapons. Fiery Soul with the raid. Thank you, Fiery. Welcome, everybody. Any tips for 45 monk to EXP without runes? Nope. Thank you for the sub, Fiery. Level 45 monk. Like honestly, just go on. Like I've compiled everything on TibiaPal in the hunting section for the monk. I've got it done now up to level 80. I honestly think at 45 you do need to suffer a little bit and use the runes still until level 50, but I haven't used runes from level 50. Once I hit level 50, that was that, and I didn't need to use them again. Congrats on partner. Thank you. Yeah, it took like a month to process my application, which was a bit annoying because I met all the criteria fairly comfortably. So I assumed it'd be like, you know, a formality. They just check that it met everything and just give it. But it took them like a month to process it, so it's a bit annoying. But, you know, we got it now. All good. Yes, there is a different skin for the familiar with the Pirate Tales quest. Yes, indeed. There are 2 different skins, of course. They didn't forget that. But Harmony was better than Fist after level 70. Well, things have changed. There have been balance patches, nerfs, and buffs. Currently, I think the Justice one is better, especially with the Chain Penance wheel. That's so far at the moment, until we see any more nerfs, etc. This is performing best for me. I think if we see a nerf to Chained Penance, then I'd have to reevaluate. But at the moment, Chained Penance is so good. They're doing a Virtue of Justice plus a Chained Penance wheel. Seems to be the optimal way. Thank you for the link, Palm. No, just spam ads. I could have spammed ads before, and I would still have had some revenue. I've got the minimum. I've got the absolute bare minimum of ads set that I can without having like free roll ads, which is awful for viewer retention. So yeah, believe me, we've got the minimum amount of ads that we can. The good thing about partner, I think the main thing about partner is that you get basically 10% more money from like subs and stuff. So when people sub, I'll get like 10% more money now. Previously the split was 50-50, now it's like 55-45. So like it's like effectively 10% more revenue from the subs. So that's great. Do you think more nerfs coming? I would expect some nerfs at some point. Yeah, I think we're probably not done. Hopefully not for a little while. Robin with the Prime sub. Thank you. There we go. That's where the partner pays off. 5%, 10% more revenue split. Thank you, Robin. How are we doing, by the way? 13 minutes in, 4.3 raw. Okay, so we're definitely doing a little bit better than non-full moon, but it's not like it's insane. Yeah, probably like 5% better here with the full moon. The profit seems similar as well. Yeah, this place is definitely worse than the Were Tigers. Were Tigers are really, really good. I think on full moon, I can do over 5kk raw at Were Tigers, which is very, very nice. I wouldn't say this spot is relevant. Well, this particular spot, the Were Crocodiles, is kind of mostly relevant during full moon. But Were Tigers are good, even outside of it. Even outside of full moon, if you have a solid earth weapon, Were Tigers are very good. How many ferals per hour? Well, let's see. We're almost on 15 minutes. Then we'll be able to multiply by 4. But it looks like it's going to be about 250. So we're still looking at like 10 hours for full bestiary, even during full moon. So, yeah. Great Spirit Potion works in this hunter. Ultimate is safer. I think you could probably go with Great Spirit Potions. Yeah, generally when I'm streaming, I just go for Ultimate Spirit Potions because I just kind of want to kill as much as possible. That, you know, using Ultimates lets me read the chat a bit more and not worry about my health pool. It's just simpler. But yeah, I think you could probably get away with using Great Spirits here. I mean, I'm using Power Ring, right? The fact that I'm using Power Ring should tell you enough about, you know, that it's not that difficult here. I would quote this place as like level 300 plus. So now that I'm 350 and I have Demon Mengu with the Death Protection and I have a Death Protection imbuement in my armor, does make this place relatively comfortable. And no, I don't have any charms here. $4.5 KK raw. Okay, so in that room we managed to crack 4.5 KK raw. So yeah, I would say this is probably 10% better than outside of full moon. XP wise, at least. And bestiary wise, I don't remember. I don't remember how many. I think I was thinking it was about 12 hours for the bestiary outside of full moon. And now it's looking like it's about 10 hours. So yeah, there's a few more ferals, but probably not all that much. Planning bring videos with charms. Do you mean you want like a charm guide for the monk? If that's what you want, then that exists. If you asking if I'm going to redo videos that I've already done once I unlock the charms, then no. Wanna see where tigers? Maybe tomorrow. I kind of do want to focus the were crocodiles during full moon, but we'll definitely still go on were tigers during full moon as well, at least to get the comparison of the results. Question is if I'm actually going to stream it when that happens. How do I disable auto rotate for spells? Magical Archive, Cyclopedia. You open up Cyclopedia, then the far right. That just got me flagged by the Twitch system. But yeah, the far right shortcut button is the Magical Archive, and you can then search for each spell individually and toggle it, disable it. Level 210 Benuta's good hunt. Yes, I think so. Benuta, Medusa Tower are pretty nice at that level. Ring. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, when I came here with on a 400 Paladin, I think I was doing like 3.2. I think even 450 Paladin probably can't do this here. I I don't know, with charms and like full best in slot, you know, like proper soul gear and alicorn gear and stuff, maybe. But you know, if I came here with like soul Kamas and soul gear and stuff, I would probably just absolutely obliterate the respawns. So yeah. But no, I don't think we'll see another nerf. Yeah, I think I'm just a bit of a public face of it all, but I think Tipsoft is almost certainly basing the nerfs more on like people like team hunting and doing crazy damage in team hunts and stuff. They definitely have some analytics and metrics built into the client that, you know, we don't know about, and they use that to gauge the power of like relative power of vocations. And they're probably seeing that like the average 300 monk does like a ton more damage than every other vocation, and it's got nothing to do with my content. All right, I'm sure. You know which spells are scaling with fist fighting? Yep. All of the damaging ones. I'm not allowed to say easier than expected anymore then. All right. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe I should go to like Falcons already. But I almost feel like I would still say it. Didn't say it when we went to Upper Roshamel the other day. It was actually still hard. I think when I hit level 400 and get Soul Kamas and get like all the soul gear, I'm gonna be blown away by how easy everything is. First time we go Falcons is gonna be fun. .6 raw. Yeah, okay. That's what we can kind of hope for here then. That's all right. That's good enough for me at this level. Yeah, it's 20% worse than like Nagas and Mirror and stuff, but at least we're doing like some bestiary and doing something a little bit different. I'm happy. I'll happily sacrifice 20% of experience to actually do something a little bit more interesting. Oh, 350, there we go. Finally, the title of the stream is no longer a scam. We are actually 350 plus now. Do you like the chain changes? Yes. I reported this stupid bug already on the test server and they just ignored me. So yeah, we got to play with it for 5 weeks before they actually decided to change it. So yeah, I guess I'm happy, and it shouldn't have been allowed to happen in the first place, but you know, here we are. Yeah, I was I have to say I was pretty sure we're not going to have any nerfs today. Stepsoft is not quite nimble and agile enough to be making nerfs that quickly. They take a longer time to analyze and stuff. So I really didn't think they would go with nerfs so fast. Next Tuesday, I think it's possible. So yeah, I guess next Tuesday, clench your buttholes and we'll see. I have no idea, but yeah, next Tuesday is a possibility. If I were to predict, I guess it's gonna be a chain penance damage nerf, which sucks, because that's my favorite build at the moment. How's the profit looking? Only about 600k per hour. It's actually not great for the monk at this level. We can do a lot more than this almost everywhere. Maybe I'm chugging too many spirit potions. Maybe I need to chill with the spirit potions. I'm probably chugging too many of them. I'm not focusing, so I'm just spamming them. Did you swap to wheel with which? Yes, I did. Yes. I switched to the +1 jump wheel from Spiritual Outburst. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. I'll try to mute myself when I need to cough, but can't always do it when I've got like 6 monsters after me. Sorry, you might need to hear me cough a couple of times. Hope it's not too loud. Okay, we got ourselves a little bit of a situation there. Never mind. What is the minimum level for that wheel? I think 265. You need what? You need 50, 70. You need 225 points, which normally would be 27. Oh, it's going to be 275 because you don't get those 10 points until 275, right? But it's going to be 275 for the wheel, and then you're actually going to immediately have 10 points left over that you get at level 275. Yes, I'm a software dev. It's pretty obvious. Can't hide it. I'll have to chain penance rework because I effectively don't feel the change. No, I don't really feel the change. I mean, I knew what was wrong with it. Now I just feel more comfortable spamming chain penance off cooldown. Like, even when chasing monsters. Previously, you had to be really damn sure that, you know, the monster you were chasing, for example, because it was running away or something, that it was in range. Otherwise, you know, you would cast it into thin air. it'd go on cooldown. You'd pay the mana. You'd have a 2-second combat cooldown, which really sucked. Now you can kind of just chase a monster and just spam the chain penance hotkey, and you know, unless the monster is in range, like nothing happens. Exactly how it should behave. Yeah, well, took him 5 weeks to solve. There is the one drawback now that you know, if your target is out of range, but you do want chain penance to cast instead on the closest enemy, which is how it worked before the patch, then now it doesn't work. Now you just get like target out of range and it doesn't cast altogether, which, you know, kind of I have to get used to and expect that as well. Do you have charms here? Nope, no charms. They should buff other vocations early game, not nerf the monk. Yeah, by all means. I do think the problem with that is that, you know, the whole game is not designed around the monk. The whole game is around the power level of the existing other vocations, and it's the monk that's the outlier. So, you know, it's fine to just bump up the power level of the other vocations, but you know, good game design would also mean that they should then bump up the difficulty of all the existing content to match the new higher power level of all the vocations. But as you can imagine, that is an infinitely higher amount of work required than just nerfing the monk. So you can guess what's the more likely outcome here. Alternatively, you just get so much power creep that everything is just trivial and there's no difficulty in the whole game, which, you know, if that's what you want, you can go play OTS, right? I'm not sure that's exactly what we want either. Hello Toucan. What specialty? Bit of everything. Currently I work in Python and writing financial risk models. Bit of data science. Used to be a Java dev, used to be a web dev. Been a little bit all over the place. Currently like financial stuff in Python. Monk's first month should have been even stronger. I don't know, man. I think the butt hurt would have been a little bit too much. Am I a quant? Quant adjacent. Quant adjacent, let's say. But yes, I studied mathematics. Plus I did programming. So yes, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to a quant and the general quant sphere of financial stuff. You think it was a great addition to the game? Oh, yes. Totally not biased, but really love the vocation and yeah, super happy with it. I think it's really, you know, added a bit of... It's a breath of fresh air to the 28, however many years game. I think it's nice. I think it's very interesting. I don't think it's going to break anything, but I think it does open up a lot of interesting possibilities. And personally, I would love to see more vocations. Just, you know, open the floodgates, get your creativity out, tips off, and just make, you know, 3 more vocations. Why the hell not? Do they pay well in the UK? I wouldn't know. I live in Poland now. But yeah, for my sort of sphere of, you know, where I work, yeah, I'm sure they pay well in the UK. Yeah. Although UK is not exactly known for its high salaries in those kind of jobs, in the sort of development jobs. UK has had a bit of a wage stagnation problem for a couple of decades. You developed some machine learning algorithms in Python? No. I'm more risk models, let's say. You know, yeah, I work more in the. We have a client, work out the risk for his investment of X, Y, Z. And is he eligible for this kind of investment? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of more like risk analysis of clients and investments. Yeah, I have loads of friends in the UK, and you know, they all work, you know, professional jobs, you know, like product owners, data scientists, software engineers and stuff. And yeah, they're all okay, but yeah, they are getting like 2%, 3% raises every year and stuff. And it's not as how to say it. It's not quite the UK that a lot of people have an idea of. In their mind, it's a different country than, you know, 20 years ago. You really think that Justice Harmony is better now? Do you have unlocked charms here? The Justice Virtue, I'm presuming you mean. And yes, I do think the Justice Virtue is currently a little bit better. At least in places where the monsters don't have too much physical resistance. When there's a lot of physical resistance, you definitely want to be going for Harmony. That's because then your melee attacks don't benefit as much from the increased fist from the virtue of Justice. Is Lower Russia doable by Monk? Absolutely. It's not very good though. I went there at 300 and it was giga easy, very, very easy. But you know, it wasn't like insane profit or it wasn't like insane XP. So I don't really see if that there's like a level where it's good compared to some of the other alternatives the Monk has. Like, yeah, of course you can hunt there, but it's going to be like a solid, you know, B tier respawn maybe. Not exactly worth like really recommending. No, Neon, no, I haven't. I'm not quite as detail facing as that. I prefer doing shock heads at proper Rashomon shock heads. I like that respawn a lot more. I don't know why, but I always have a bit of a soft spot for it. I don't know why. I just enjoy hunting there, the shock heads and Rashomon. The results aren't that great, And then it won't be that great on the monk either, but I kind of like that respawn. I'll probably complete it at like 400 plus. Although there'll be so many things to hunt at level 400 plus that I'll probably not actually do it until like 500 plus. And at that point, I'll probably need to join it with bones. If I'm struggling with Grims at 150, where else would be good? Depends. Depends what you want. If you focus on experience, then you can always just revert back to like Barkless and Lava Lurkers. If instead you want some like more stable profit, then you could go like Sunken Quarter still going to be all right. Oromond, I feel like you'll overkill Oromond West on a 150 Monk. I don't know, maybe it'll be okay, but I feel like you'll just really blow it up. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's what you need. Would you say this spot is good for a 430 MS? Yeah, I think this is a good spot for MS. They're weak to energy and ice, so yeah, you can go crazy with your energy abilities. You should be able to you know, look at sort of 4K raw here. Although I think Warzone 5 is probably better for you if you're looking for an alternative to Winter Court. You should try Warzone 5. Yeah, Pirates from 175. If you can get Bambas Joe, it's quite expensive and rare. Alternatively, 250 with the Cobra bow. Okay. Ah, there's a 5-star crocodile. That's probably what got me down to red health. Hey, these guys do hurt though. You do have to be relatively careful here, actually. Yeah, I think you know, around level 300, you probably might want to still consider using a prismatic ring here. Like, it's doable for sure, but you know, I have a 20% death protection, and I'm still like in kind of dropped to red here and there. So yeah. Falcon bow at 300. Falcon bow is not very expensive, is it? I don't know. If you're really on such a budget that you can't even afford a Falcon bow, then I don't know. I mean, Falcon bow is worth getting. It's also like earth protection is fire protection is pretty good in that level range, right? You're gonna hunt some were lions. You're probably gonna hunt some Asuras. So fire protection is nice. I would try to get it. Not the end of the world if you can't, but really not that expensive. Is it? It's like a few KK. Am I out of touch? Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I'm just a filthy, filthy whale. You know, who splashes 200 KK on monk items without thinking about it. I'm probably a filthy whale. Wait, you can use bows as monk? Oh. See, guys, this is why I say it's Cobra BO. This is exactly why. This is exactly why. No, you cannot use bows on the monk, but there is an item called Cobra BO, which is pronounced Cobra Bow. But it's a fist weapon. But yes, don't worry. I've had this a few times. It is a confusing, slightly confusing naming convention. Just like the Souls. That's also a fun one. Dipsoft had a lot of fun with naming of the monk items. Imagine if a Cobra Bow did actually exist as well. Now that would be like ultimate confusion. Ultimate troll by Tipsoft. How much did you pay on that Cobra BO? Oh god, I bought mine like day 3, day 4 of the server or something. Of the monk release, so that's when the items were actually still kind of cheap. It's funny because the first few items that were dropped for the monk before all the monks started reaching like level 200 and stuff were actually kind of cheap. I got my items, a lot of them, for cheaper than I would have to pay for them now a few weeks later. Even though obviously there's more items available, but there's even more monks wanting those items. Anyway, I think I paid 20 for my Cobra BO, which right now is a great price from what I'm hearing. Do you duo hunt? Do you ever? Would you ever? I think the problem is, like, I'm not opposed to it. It's just that the schedule does not allow it, right? I think this is the thing. If I didn't have a job and I streamed like full time, I think I would really like to do like duo content. So, you know, I would maybe stream for like 3 hours on like solo hunt on like main character. And then I would do like a project where I would be like duo hunter with like someone like Spa for like 3 hours a day. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be really great content and it'd be really fun to do. But, you know, there's just priorities and schedules, and yeah, I already have a job, and I always say this: I don't want to have another job in Tibia, right? So I stay away from content which requires me to be anywhere at any particular time, which unfortunately any team content tends to work that way. Duo Monk? I don't think Duo Monk is going to work very well. Well, maybe with the chain penance build it actually works okay, because you don't actually need to like position the boxes very much. The chains just kind of jump. Like if the chain penance build is strong, where 3 out of your 5 spells in your rotation are chain penance, maybe chain penance duo works. But if Virtue of Harmony is like the go-to with the you know, sweeping takedown often that you need to aim and hit boxes with, then I don't think duo monk works. Bar duo, wet dream. Yeah, I think it would be really good. I think me and Spa would work really nicely together. That's why I would really like to make that kind of content at some point. I just don't know when, if ever, something like that's going to be feasible. Now that I'm committing to this monk and like burning stamina on it daily. Outside of that, I really don't have very much time for anything else. And, you know, maintaining my 1 YouTube video a day as well, that also takes a little bit of time. But yeah, like I say, if I ever get fired or get laid off, or I quit my job because I'm freaking sick of it and decide to give this whole streaming and content creation thing a go full time, that's when you could probably expect a little bit more content along those lines, you know, like maybe some duo testing, some team hunts and stuff. Because then that would be my job, so I wouldn't need to worry about having to schedule my first job around my second Tibia job. Then it would be my job, right? It'd be a bit different, but until then, probably unlikely. AI is going to take my job? Yeah, I mean, the AI is more likely to take my day-to-day job than it is to take my Tibia job. Have you tried asking AI about Tibia and to make like a guide or suggestion? I think I'm pretty safe. I'm pretty safe on that front, I would say. But yeah, if I lose my job to AI, at least I'll have this this YouTube side gig going on that I really don't think AI is coming to take anytime soon. Transcendence potion, thank you indeed. Yeah, I really need like a 10-minute timer. I do forget about the transcendence potions and the ring. Oh, streaming as a job gotta be stressful. I agree. I think I was thinking about it. I do think like it is stressful. Like you get sick, 0 money. You want to go on holiday, 0 money. You know, you get banned from the game you're playing, you're fucked, right? It's fun. It's certainly an enjoyable job in a lot of ways, like playing video games for a living. Awesome. But you know, it also does have does not have. It's not all that, I think. Thank you for the Prime sub, Mercs, based founder. And also, like, you don't get, like, you know, health insurance and stuff through streaming, right? You're kind of like your own employee, so you need to sort out your health insurance and you like retirement pension contributions, shit like that. Whereas, you know, if you just work in a company, all that is kind of just provided for you and sorted for you, which is very nice and convenient. But then you are working for someone else, which also has a lot of negatives to go with it as well, of course. No nerf celebration, indeed. We live another day. We live to fight another day. Still strong. Oh shit. Alright. Never mind. Which level should I start doing the Grimvale bosses? 100. You're fine. And just reminded me that I should do Grimvale access today. For Feroxa, I would like to hopefully get the kill contrib tomorrow on Feroxa. I think I'm on 3 out of 5 on this character. So it would be good to get that done and dusted. So maybe this evening, when I burn down the stamina to orange, I'll go to the access for Feroxa, and hopefully she should spawn tomorrow, right? It's always the 13th, if I remember correctly. So hopefully we can get the kill contrib tomorrow. What do I think about Gnomish Kairos T2? Worth or not? It depends how easily you can get Nagatanka or Stoic X-Robe on your server. If you can definitely say you're going to have a Stoic X-Robe or Nagatanka by the time you hit like 250, 270, I personally would not bother with the Kairos. I don't think it's all that good or all that worth in this particular level range. I think in this level range, you're just hunting Grim Reapers anyway, which, you know, by the time you sort of hit level 170, 180, it's like super easy anyway, so you don't need the dodge. But yeah, it's a fine item. And anyway, at Grim Reapers, you want to be using the Dwarven armor anyway. So I don't know that the Kuiras is all that good, personally. I've used it. I made myself the regular T0 one. I imbued it once. I burned down the imbue 20 hours, and I have not imbued it again. I have not needed it. It's now my part of my non-imbue set. Together with Umbral Qatar and the level 70 helmet. That's my non-imbue set. Is Grimvale respawn increased on the event as well? No. Just Oskayaat. And anyway, the respawn isn't increased in Oskayaat. What happens is they change the monster composition of the respawn, I believe. So, you know, the were-panthers and were-crocodiles change into feral were-crocodiles, I believe. I believe that's the only change. But because the feral were-crocodiles like give more experience and more loot, then the results are better during full moon. And the bestiary is easier. But it's also a lot harder because the monsters do hurt a lot more than the regular ones. You know. Pluses and minuses. Hey, Vuvunastu. Hey, hey. Notice you swapped to Justice recently. Mind telling me why? Yeah, I mean, we saw the nerfs to Harmony. And Mercs, don't you start again. So we saw the nerfs to Harmony. And we spent a bunch of time testing Harmony versus Justice. And it seemed that the results were basically the same. Damage-wise, more or less the same. With the small difference that when you use the Virtue of Justice, you're leeching a bit more. Because your melee attacks deal more damage because you have more fist. And melee attacks are very significant when it comes to your overall leech on the EK and on the monk because it's single target, so they benefit from like 100% leech conversion. Yeah, so basically in Virtue of Justice, you're just kind of leeching more and everything feels a bit easier. And then after that, I did so after those tests, my conclusion was that Virtue of Harmony and Virtue of Justice are basically the same for experience. But Virtue of Justice is better for leeching, so it's a bit safer, so overall a bit better. But then I changed my wheel. I changed my wheel from Spiritual Outburst to Chained Penance wheel. Because in Virtue of Justice, you can cast Chained Penance 3 times per rotation. And that ended up being even better than what I was doing before. So that upped my experience by like 3-4%. Hence, that's also like 3.3 to 4% better than Virtue of Harmony in my use case for hunting like solo like this. I think that Virtue of Harmony still absolutely has its uses. Definitely for team hunting with the Spiritual Outburst wheel. But I think for pretty standard solo hunting, I do think Justice with the Chained Penance wheel is probably a little bit better. In fact, I'm pretty damn confident it's better, at least for me. And it also has the added benefit of being extremely simple and easy to use, which, you know, is a nice added benefit as well. Venetu, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you. Padrino Boberino. Indeed. What is outdated? That is not outdated at all. The mages and the monk stuff, I am outraged. I spend so much time keeping that as up to date as possible with the results and stuff. Yeah, it might not have every viable hunt somewhere, but it should absolutely have vast majority of popular respawns for every vocation, and at least for the mages and the monk have all of the values updated. For the paladin and knight, we mostly have the values for like high level stuff, because that's when I started keeping track of it all. But for the mages and for the monks, I've been paying very close attention to update it for like almost every single possible respawn. Don't you tell me it's outdated. Do you think Tip will give special... there's a lot of questions, by the way. I can see that I'm missing some questions. There's a lot of questions. So I am sorry. I can't get to everything. Before having... No, I still think that even without being able to get the chained penance, I still think Virtue of Justice is better, because the Virtue of Harmony, like the only use case of Virtue of Harmony being better, in my opinion, at the moment, is when you have Focus Harmony and the Spiritual Outburst, and you're really like using that effectively. If you are like really good at using Focus Harmony every 2 minutes and making it count in like massive boxes with the, you know, double spender combo, I do think that's when the Virtue of Harmony and the Spiritual Outburst wheel might be better. But I think you can only really do that when team hunting. You can only really guarantee that effectively when team hunting. Like when you solo hunting, it's really hard to be able to always have like this massive box every 2 minutes. So it's always going to be a little bit worse, I think. But you can only do that at level 300 plus anyway once you have Spiritual Outbursts. So no, I don't think Virtue of Harmony is better until you get the +1 to Chain Penance, because you can't benefit from the Spiritual Outburst double combo anyway. So no, I would still use, right now, I would still use Virtue of Justice on lower level as well. Marudri Necklace, thank you. Is Savvy Surface when? I think it's doable from 400 with best in slot. I definitely did it at 400 on the test server, and it was fine. I think on the test server, I suffered a little bit because I was not yet used to the ranged etc. But you need to be using a lot of ranged etc. on a Savvy Surface for the Manticores, right? They're the ranged ones. And I was like struggling with that. But, you know, I've been playing a lot more of the Monk now on live. And I think I'm a bit better at using the ranged etc. So I think a Savvy Surface would be a bit easier then. I don't think it's going to be like amazing though. Like it'll be doable from 400, but I don't think it'll be all that good. Going 15k into red for an hour hunting is not sustainable. Okay. Well, I was hunting Grims. Look, low level Tibia is not about sustainability. Low level Tibia is about blasting through the low levels with some investment as quickly as possible, and then worrying about making some profit later on. Like, you don't play sort of before level 300 for profit. Before level 300, you really should be focusing on just like blasting through and getting as high level as possible, and then benefiting from some possible respawns that can actually profit. Personal opinion, obviously, and that's how I play. That's how I look at it. Obviously, yet again, I could be extremely out of touch, being a small-sized whale that I am, but that's at least how I see Tibia in today's day and age. Although I know not everybody's like that, right? Obviously more casual players like to make profit wherever they go. But you know, Tibia Pal still has that. You can still just look for the values for the hunts that have a profit, right? Nobody's forcing you to be going for the best experience ones, so you can just pick and choose, pick the ones that do actually yield profit. On like a low-level mage, that would be like Laguna Islands, you know, Yalahar Cults, Krylos Surface, you know, stuff like that. You can still hunt there. Obviously, it's not going to be the best experience available, but you will be making significant amount of profit that you can then use to hunt something without profit to make more experience. Lagoon Island also doesn't profit. Holy shit, dude. Are you like, holy shit, I would love to see what you do not to profit at Laguna Island. I cannot imagine. I honestly cannot imagine not making a profit there. Either you are like the unluckiest motherfucker in the world, or you are doing something extremely wrong. Because that place is like unholy profit. Or you're just not aware of add-on of imbue items and you are like selling bloody pincers and turtle shells straight to the NPC and you're like, shit, why is there no profit? Maybe it's that. Holy shit, I hope it's not that, but it could be that. Selling loot on market. Okay. How it feels to bait tip into making a feature that is unusable. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. I feel a little bit of guilt. We could have had instances if I made the right comment, but instead we get auto aim. But yeah, doesn't feel great. No, I'm exaggerating. No, yeah, exactly. I think it's a fine feature. I think it's just you know, people who hang out in streams and people who make Tibia content, I think are not strictly the target audience for the auto aim feature. I think the auto aim feature is going to be nice for like very casual players or like newcomers and stuff, or people who play on like, you know, 13-inch laptops and stuff with the, you know, laptop trackpad as the mouse. I think for them, auto aim is going to be pretty nice. But yeah, I think there's not very much overlap of that audience with people who watch streams, so you get an overall negative vibe of the feature. But I do think I think it's fine. It's just not for me. I do find it a little bit funny that I did recommend that feature, got implemented, and then I'm like, nah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I hope this does not get me like shadow banned on the test forums in the future. Just disregard whatever this guy says. He's baited us before. Don't listen to him. Have you tried were-tigers yet? Yeah. Not on full moon, but were-tigers are just very good anyway. I mean, I have to refill now. If were-tigers are free, if they're not taken, Palm, could you check the Nevia claims, see if were-tigers are free right now? -2. Because if they are, I'm not opposed to going there for half an hour. I have to finish in 35 minutes. I'd be happy to. I could try it just to showcase how it looks. It's free. Okay. All right. So let's finish this lap then. Let's finish this lap, and we'll go and Were Tigers then for half an hour if you guys want to see that. In my opinion, it's, well, it's not even really an opinion. It's objectively a lot better for Monk at the very least. Let's just go now. Okay. Let's just refill. How come I'm using Virtue of Justice now? Any changes? Yeah, after the nerf, I think it's better. After the nerf to Virtue of Harmony, I think this is a bit better. Level 65, a Monk is doing 800, 900k EXP per hour with boost, really bad or okay. I'm assuming that you mean on 225. That's okay, but the very best experience available for you at level 65 Monk is Water Elemental's South Cave. Not the first one of the Quaramentasins, the one that's really, really south with Quara Pinchers and Quara Hydromancers. And you should be able to relatively comfortably make approximately 650k raw there, which is about 1 million on green stamina and about 1.5 million on boost. Ooh, we have those. Let's go. Let's do a quick gamba as well before we go. Let me do the quick Discord booking as well for the Were Tigers. Thank you for the nice partner. Congratulations, and congrats on your partner as well. Okay, Nevia. Let me just claim Were Tigers real quick so nobody kicks me out. Oh no. Okay, got it claimed down, so we can go. Okay, I think we have everything. Let's go do a quick gamba. Hi, Kusnier. Is it a good option Yellow Grim Reapers with RP 170? I don't think so. I think it's going to be too hard. You don't do enough damage at that level. You really want at least to have the Ember Wing for half the time. So no, I don't think so. Sorry. On 170, I don't even remember what's best. Sorry. Okay, 5 gems. Quickly so we can go Were Tigers. Plus 2% fire resistance. Plus 250 capacity, 1% earth resistance. Plus 100 mana, plus 1% earth resistance. Plus 2% fire resistance. And 250 capacity in 1 earth resistance. Oh, fucking garbage, dude. It's so shit. It's so shit. Alright. Fuck me. Audio made you paranoid. Ah, was it Discord or something? Sorry. Starting to feel bad that I get full HP gem on first try? Don't worry. I've got one now. I've got one. I want one more. Once I have one more, I'm going to upgrade them. I've only got one so far. I want one more. I want 2. I'll be happy with 2. Don't need more than 2. Yes, I'm looking for HP gems, yeah. We're going to be opening greater gems in probably not like a terribly distant future. I expect we'll be opening greater gems around level 600, which at the current pace is maybe 2 months away, maybe 3 months away. Congrats on the partner. Thank you. Thank you. Did you test -1 Were Tigers? No, I didn't, but I'm pretty sure you can do it around level 250. I'm probably not going to be doing any more Paladin guides. Sorry, YouTube. I've sold all my Paladin gear at the moment. I think 250 plus for Were Tigers -1 is a very solid spot. The HP gems are so rare, you're just extremely unlucky. I think it's like 1 in 20, right? Flat HP is like 1 in 20. I've opened about 40. So yeah, I probably should have had about 2, but I've only got 1. Mm. Okay. Sorry. Just my wife texted me something. I just replied. There are no gems for chained penance. I know. It sucks. I wish there were some. What would be the next best spawn after Asuras? Nagas. Full on monk now. Yeah. Sold all my gear from other characters, definitely. Yeah, I'm not gonna be making any more Paladin guys for the moment. It's gonna be mostly yeah, like mostly monk. And then when I run out of daily monk content, we're gonna go back to the low level mages stuff. You expect this summer update to be high level focused on mid range? I think we need another high level content. Like, it's been a while since we've had Rotten Blood. We need something else. Are you still using lesser gems? Yeah, still using lesser gems. I'm not yet high level enough to be using regulars. All right. A lot of talking, not much playing. So let's yeah, move on. I think we're gonna get the prismatic on here just because it's just mostly energy here. So yeah, we go in. No charms. Still no charms here. No charms, no praise. We do have a 2% animus, more or less. I have animus here on the regular were tigers, and I have animus on the cunning were panther. But it's only like a 2.6 animus at the moment I have, or 2.4. So overall, it's like a 2% raw experience between everything. How long is goated name? I agree. It's a pretty funny little quirk of playing on Nevia. Get my daily how long message from how long. Yes, I expect it's going to be high-level content. I still don't know that they're going to be like straight up replacing Soul Gear. I still feel like they're going to provide alternatives to Soul Gear, you know? But like, I don't think like we're going to be getting straight up better boots for like EK instead of like Soul Walkers. We'll get an alternative, right? We'll get some boots maybe that have same stats, but instead of the fire protection, they'll have you know, ice protection or energy protection. I think EK could benefit from some energy protection on the boots or something like that, right? So I still think that Soul Gear will be relevant, definitely. Just maybe not as strong as before. And yeah, we definitely need a new hunting ground. Like, Rotten Blood's been in the game for too long now to be the best spot. What would be the next best spawn after Asuras? Nagas. Now, if you're talking purely experience-wise, then Nagas after Asuras. I hope you're watching, Palm. You keep asking about the where tiger laugh, so you can see how it's done now. Yeah, I don't think like soul items will be ever really like replaced for a very long time. Like Tipsoft is now fully going into just providing alternatives with regards to like elemental protection and stuff, right? And augments and stuff. So you kind of, I feel like 10 years from now we're all gonna have like 50 items in our backpacks for all the varied like protections on each. You'll have like 6 items for like each slot with like each different damage reduction. I hate it. The chat is going too crazy. I definitely can't pick up all the questions. I'm sorry. I always feel really guilty when I skip questions, but there's only so much I can talk. I saw a question on YouTube about what raw I expect here. So I was able to peak here when like full on focusing without full moon at about 4.9. That was the peak I saw, about 4.9. So I do think that during full moon, I should be looking at a bit more than that, but probably not tons more. So maybe we'll be able to crack 5kk roll on stream, maybe. That kind of experience. And maybe off stream, I'll be able to hit like 5.1, 5.2, you know, those kind of numbers, I think. Is full moon given more XP to were creatures? No, it just changes the composition of the spawn. There's more white were tigers and more white feral crocodiles, which give more experience and more loot. Hence, the results are a bit better. This spot on 285? Yeah, I think you can. If you have a Cobra BO, you can come here on 285. Naturally, you're going to benefit a little bit more from like the higher level items. I do recommend if you come here for the first time to definitely be using USPs and a prismatic ring. Prismatic ring is super here. It being mostly a physical and energy spot, and you're making so much profit. It's going to pay for itself anyway. Trying to use the exercise rod on training dummy. Are you sure if you are using a private dummy in a house? If so, then only one person at a time can use it. So maybe somebody else is using it. That's about the only thing I can think of that might be a problem. just normal dummy and Edron, then I feel like you're selecting it wrong or something. It's there should not be any problem. Don't know. No, it should work. There's no restrictions on it. Tigers are easier, yeah. Tigers are easier, and also you have the I have the Cobra BO, which is easier than the Inferniarch weapon, right? Because you have this built-in life leech, which I don't have on Inferniarch, so I'm leeching a lot more as well. But yeah, Tigers feel very, very smooth, and they have more profit and more experience. Have you tried Rushmore Mines yet? Yes. I cracked 5kk raw at Rushmore Mines. I think even 5.2 with Fatal Hold on the Fever Sleep. Yeah, I think I was actually testing it a lot yesterday. I think if my memory serves me right, I can do 5.2 raw already on Rushmore Mines. Only with one Fatal Hold charm on the Fever Sleep, obviously, to stop them running away. But yeah, very good. Obviously can do more than like some stinky level 400 Paladin. Yuck. Catacombs with Monk? No, I don't think so. Any spot, Catacombs like suffer from the elemental issue. So Catacombs is one of the respawns like which is not that great for the Monk because of the fact that they're restricted to the 3 elements that they have. You cannot use energy. Destroyers are immune to energy. You cannot use Earth because like half the monsters are immune to Earth there. So you have to use physical. And yet physical also doesn't work great because Grim Reapers are strong to it, and there's a lot of Grim Reapers. So yeah, not great in my opinion. Like it's fine, you can hunt. I think we even tried it on stream at some point, and yeah, it's doable. Like if you want to do bestiary on like destroyers or something, sure, you can go on Catacombs and you can hunt there and it's fine. But if you actually want to hunt for like experience and stuff, not really. It's going to be a lot worse than a lot of alternatives. You know, can't have everything, right? We can hunt a lot of things very efficiently, and Ormond Catacombs is not really one of them, which is fine. You think they'll add more elements for Monk? Nope. Absolutely zero chance. Okay, we're 13 minutes in. 4.7, 4.8 raw. Oh yeah, kind of like expected. $4.9. Yeah, so like I said, we would sort of gonna be ballpark of 5kk raw here. And Palm is just making excuses to me privately why he can't make this experience. Just ignore it. And how's the profit? Well, okay, still about 800k per hour at the moment. It's actually not more than usual. I can usually make about 1kk here. I think we're probably getting a little bit unlucky actually with the drops, because the profit should be even better than normally. Yeah, I think we almost cracked 5kk raw there. That would have been nice. Maybe next pull. See if we can crack 5kk raw at this pull. Probably not. Oh, we 4k off. Anyway, yeah, it looks like about 5kk raw is give or take what I can probably do here. Although this is still with those 2 animus praise, right? So those are about 2% more experience here. So we're actually probably looking at like 4.9 raw with no charms. If we had low blow and savage blow here, it would be even better. But yeah, definitely a very nice respawn, this one. Change the harmony with that many bigger pulls. I don't really want a virtue swap. I'll have to practice it at some point, but I don't like it. Do you think EXP will improve at higher levels? Is it possible for it not to? Are you asking about generic scaling of the monk, or? Because yes, I'm pretty sure the experience will improve at higher levels. But I feel like there's more nuance to that question rather than something so obvious. Or are you asking if I'm breaking the respawn? Because if so, I also don't think so. I think this place can probably maintain closer to 5.5kk raw. Maybe even 6 during full moon. Because when I was doing 4.9 here, without full moon, I was getting a little bit of back spawn. So I think this place probably can't maintain much more than 5kk raw outside of full moon. But during full moon, I think it can. And how are we doing with white were-tigers here now? Let's have a look. So 17 minutes in, we have 82 white were-tigers. So about 70 per 15. So yeah, about 280 per hour. So about 9 hours for full bestiary during full moon. But I like hunting here, so I'm not bothered about doing the white were-tigers even outside of full moon here. I definitely don't enjoy hunting the were crocodiles as much. the lap and the aesthetic to me is not that nice, and it's harder. So I think I'd rather just focus on completing the were crocodiles during this full moon, or at least get as much done as possible and just finish it after the full moon. While were tigers I'll just complete whenever, because I like hunting here anyway. Ah, rich, very nice. 930 kk. If I'm not sure if you're saying that all you got is 30 kk. Well, couldn't have had that much on your Paladin if that's all you got. But yeah, that's still something. Maybe you can get an item or two for the monk. Good luck. I wish Fury Gate was more viable. Yeah, it's just a bunch of garbage mobs, right? It's just kind of annoying. Like toxic monsters. Like running away, drunkenness, invisible, ranged, all the worst fucking combinations and Tibia. Probably skill debuff as well, I'm sure. Although I don't actually remember. I'm sure something that debuffs your skill as well, because why not? What level? I think my recommendation for were tigers and were crocodiles, a safe recommendation is 300 for both of them. A good player, let's say 250, could probably do both of them as well. Okay, 4.5k TC. That should be a good chunk of money then, if you get that. That's what, at current price, 150kk, something like that. Yeah, you should definitely be able to get a few nice monk items for that. Just in time for them monks to get nerfed to the ground, and you'll be looking to buy a Paladin back. Mark my words, you'll be back here in a couple of months saying, Kusnier, you were right. I shouldn't have sold my Paladin. Oh, hey Paput. Haven't noticed you here before. So double loot events still exist. I think they've been replaced with exaltation overload, right? So I think we're gonna get like double experience every 2 months, and then rotating exaltation overload and rapid respawn. So you're gonna have Paput. Thank you for the prime sub. Thank you. So what was I gonna say? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Never mind. You sold your Paladin? I haven't sold my Paladin, no. I have my Paladin still. I just sold all the equipment. But maybe I'll do some boss runs on it. Did I just G-fobbed the wall? Oh, double XP, double respawn. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, sometimes I get distracted and I forget what I was talking about. Yeah, so I think on average now we're going to be basically getting 6 times double experience a year. 3 times rapid respawn, and 3 times exaltation overload. Maybe they'll throw in 1 double loot instead of the exaltation event, so you'll have like 2 exaltation events and 3 rapids and 1 loot, maybe. But I feel like they kind of just want to get rid of the double loot. It's just inflation, which they don't like. So yeah, I think you may want to say goodbye to the double loot events. EK is a never again for you? No. Not necessarily. I like EKs. the problem with the EK was that, you know, I reached a point where I really did not have very much content to record on it. And, you know, even at the best of times, I get pretty bored of playing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So, yeah, I just wanted a change. So I moved to the Paladin back then. And, you know, the release window for the Monk has worked out really well. Because same thing, I was starting to reach sort of level on Paladin where there was not that much more for me to record and do. Of course, there's still a few things I could have done. But overall, you know, there's maybe like 3-4 more videos I could have realistically done on a Paladin in like the next 200 levels. So it was good timing for the Monk to basically restart some content creation for me and be able to play a new vocation. And it so happens that I absolutely love playing it as well, which is a real good combination for making content. I'm actually having fun doing it. So yeah. And now that I'm actually streaming, I have like secondary motivation via the streaming to continue. So yeah, I think the Monk I will play a long time. I don't know what at what level I'll get bored. I think there is a possibility that I'll reach like level 7, 800, and it'll be like, you know, Nemisat for the next 300 levels or something, and I'll be like, oh. And if that happens, maybe I would play an EK, but I actually think what I would maybe like to do, that would be also potentially an interesting project, is to start a Monk on a new server on like a profit-making mission. I think the Monk is great for profit-making. I think that could be a cool series, like starting a new server as a Monk and try and see how much profit you can make, how quickly. That could be some content if I ever get bored of this character right now. But that probably won't be for a while. Can 360 EK hunt here without waste? Don't think so. I think this is I think when I recorded it, I quoted it as 500 plus for the EK. Now with like some power creep and stuff, maybe it's doable a little bit earlier. You can maybe do it a bit earlier, but I still think it's a pretty hard reach. But those guys hurt a lot, so you really need to be like kiting as an EK if you're going to hunt here. You cannot box here as an EK. Definitely not at 360. How long before level 400? 2 weeks? Well, I'm averaging about 4 to 5 levels a day. So, and there's also, fingers crossed, going to be the successful Demon Lullaby event for a week starting on Wednesday. But yeah, I expect more like 10 days until level 500. So maybe like Thursday next week we'll have 400. Thursday, Friday for the weekend to test Soul Commas and stuff. Except ironically, I have less time to play on the weekends because my kids are always at home. Love them though. What's the lowest level you can hunt at Nagas with a Monk? I've definitely seen people do it at 250. With a Cobra BO, it's probably doable. I personally would recommend Nagas for 300 plus. I think, especially if you can get like Demon Mango and stuff, I think it's very, very helpful. And Owner Zeta, like you keep asking about these questions about what the next spot. Dude, just check out Tibia Pal. Like I really put a lot of effort into maintaining that website to be as accurate the hunting section as possible, especially for the Monk right now. So like if you want to find out what's the next place with the best possible experience, just check there. And it's all going to be, I honestly update that website daily. Like as soon as any new information I've tested, I've got, I just put it in there straight away and update it. So I'm not going to be able to tell you anything on stream that you cannot deduce by yourself from the website, because that information is going to be there as well. Okay, so I think maybe that's best for you to look at. And thank you, Waki. You have Soul Commas already? I do. It's not yet been transferred. It's currently sitting on what's the word? Venebra, I think. But you know, I still have 10 days until I need it, so I'm kind of just waiting to see if something else comes up on Venebra that I might want to buy before I pay for the transfer. But yeah, I'll have Soul Kamas ready. Bro, I'm doing Monk from Zero in a server where there's not even imbus powerful that easy, and TC is cheap. It's a very tough experience, is it? I mean, I don't know what level exactly you're talking about, but I'm leveling through my second monk right now. I just hit level 80 on him today, and you know, he doesn't have any like imbus and stuff or like expensive gear, which is basically all the stuff from like the shrines and stuff, and so far it's been a breeze. Maybe it gets a little bit harder at higher levels without like imbus, because you know, calling codes and stuff, if you don't have imbus, it's a bit harder. Still haven't felt like it's that hard though. You're still going to be able to get Iron Fists. You may not be able to get a Drachaku, which sucks. But if you don't have powerful imbus, then you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? If you can't get Drachaku, you can just use the Sai and it's fine. It's not going to be that much difference. I don't know. I think, you know, new servers with, or, you know, low populated servers with no imbus suck for everybody. I don't think it's a monk exclusive experience. It's a good story, Pi. Kind of funny. Yeah. Maybe he thought that was like your website. Oh, sorry, you just gave him some. Okay, all right, I see. You just gave him some ideas. You read them off from Tibia Pal. And he was like, "Wow, you know so much." Yeah. Well, you're welcome. How much did it cost? I think 6,750 TC in the end. It cost me without the transfer. So yeah, just over 7,000 with the transfer. But I really wanted to guarantee having them, you know. It would really feel bad if I hit level 400 later next week, and I didn't have a Soul Kamas. It's an investment for my content creation, you know. That's what I'd tell my wife if she found out I spent what's the equivalent of like 250 euros on a little pixel weapon. Investment, bro. And yes, I would call my wife bro if she asked. $350 KK? No, it's less. It's like it was like 37K per TC. It's closer to like 250 KK, something like that. Ballpark. I don't remember now. Okay, it's 16:33. Sounds like my wife is still on the playgrounds. I can probably do a couple more laps, maybe one more lap. Adult hobbies are expensive. Yeah. Except, you know, it's not a hobby for me, it's a job. It's an investment. But yes, adult hobbies, or hobbies with like largely mature player base, user base, do tend to be fairly expensive. Companies want to milk you. Before Soul Commands, which energy weapon do you think is best? Well, the two weapons that are, you know, sort of DPS variants are the Moonspade and the Inferniac Claws. And personally, even though I know that certain other monk streamers may strongly disagree, I think there's not that much difference between the two. And I'm perfectly happy with either. And considering that the Moonspade, you know, sells around 100 KK at the moment, and the Inferniac Claws are probably closer to like 20 KK. There's my answer. What I would be getting. The Moonspade's main benefit for me is the fact that it's available 50 levels earlier, and you get to hunt mirror very effectively from 250 to 300 instead. Hello, Fister. Yeah, all good today. All good. We're just testing Oskayaat stuff. I'm a little bit distracted now, and it looks like my boost is finished. Kind of sad. And my stamina is almost finished. Living that my best stamina slave life. Actually, it's kind of annoying because I wanted to hunt a bit more this evening. Maybe I'll do some bestiary or something. Yeah, doing well. Oh, my prismatic's gone, and now my profit is all gone. Damn it. Yeah, I that's something I was worried about as well, chatter. That's why I was like, you know what? Just give me that soul commas, give me that soul garb at 6 KTC, even though I think there's a possibility those are gonna go down. I was like, I don't wanna risk missing out and then having to pay like 10 KTC. You know, I think it's possible that they are going to be very expensive. I'm kind of wanting to buy the Sanguin trousers already as well. I won't be needing those for a little while. I'm worried those are gonna go. I'm gonna leave now. By the way, I do want to save some stamina for later. I do think the Sanguin trousers might be going up in price soon. At the moment, from what I see, they're about 5 to 6 KTC as well. And I think I still have like, what do I have? I have 7.6 KTC at the moment. So I could probably still pick up the Sanguin trousers. And I may do that over the... Oh, I guess we can kill this guy, right? This mini boss. Yeah. If he's here, why not? No, he's immune to energy. Okay, let's go with physical. Crit HP or crit mana on EK? I used to be a crit HP fan, but I've been converted to a crit mana. Crit mana is just so comfortable. As long as you're not hunting something that's gonna like headshot you. There we go. All right. Yay! Got it. I like to discover things in the bestiary at least once. So we've got one kill. Sacrificed 2 minutes of stamina, but oh well. Oh. I have a feeling this guy won't be happy with me. Sorry. What about mana plus HP on tough spots for low levels? Sure. You can. I mean, I go for 3 imbue slots on low level EKs. I always do a 2-handed 3 imbue slot weapon, so it's not consideration. I just go for all 3 imbues. But sure, if you only have 2, you can do mana life. Not a fan myself, you know. I care. I want that DPS and experience. You can always go for that though. An Antica someone bought trousers for 850k on the first couple of days. Holy shit. They really overestimated the demand and the prices, didn't they, huh? I don't think Sanguin are going up. I believe they'll drop. Have you seen Antica's prices? The Sanguin claws will be dropping for sure. But the Sanguin trousers, you know, people are starting to approach that level a little bit. I think there's a... Where are we? Not this. Yeah. You know, people will start looking at those soon. Soonish. Where am I? Where am I now? 66. Ah. Casual. I don't know. The Sanguin trousers I really, really want. They're very, very nice. Especially with this chain penance bonus as well. Like, even disregarding the augments, right? I don't care about the augments generally. Like, this is very good. 4 physical, 8 energy is awesome. And then you get a bit of chain penance. And you get 4 fist too. They're very, very good. I mean, I'd be tempted to tier those as well when I get them. Like, tier 3 Sanguin trousers. Oh, I better get saving. I think those will be expensive. I think those will be way more expensive than the weapon, than the Sanguin weapon, though. I would just set up a wheel for a 230 monk. I would get these 2 gem slots. That brings you to level 150. And then I would probably get, like, tier 1 flurry of blows as well. Or, no, actually, at that point, you should have enough for the +1 fist fighting, right? So I would go gem, gem, +1 fist. Yeah, fell off. Washed. I'm washed. I'm a washed monk player. I'm sorry. It's all those filthy team hunters and stamina slaves and EXP boosters and prey card users above me. Everyone above me is a no life, and everyone below me is a noob. You know, the classic gaming theory. But yeah, everybody above me, total loser who has no life, or is like cheating by team hunting, and everyone below me just sucks. So yeah. How many hours a day do I play? I try to burn stamina, so 3.5 hours. I usually manage to scrape by and get that time, but it's a struggle sometimes. You know, 2 young kids, full-time job. It's not always possible, but I've been trying and succeeding so far in the first 35 days. Polish toxicity. I think that's a gaming toxicity. I think that's like very well known attitude. Anyway, guys, it's 4:43. I've actually streamed a little bit longer. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark of the stream. A bit longer than I was planning. I actually need to go back to work for a little bit. I'm going to log back on to work, do a couple more hours of work. And yeah, and maybe a stream tomorrow evening. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Not quite sure. Probably not. No, definitely not another stream today, though. As you can see, I'm basically out of stamina, so... Is it worth using Sight at 55 even though the weapon is 60 for energy element? You know what? I didn't think about it, but you probably don't need imbues on it. So yeah, you're probably fine. Look. Where is it? Sight. You know what? It's probably fine. I don't know where you'd exactly use it. At 55, it's probably fine. Probably fine. Do you know something about the best gems for Druid? No, I'm sorry. You should join my Discord. You should join skill wheel. Am I still there? I just had an AMD crash. All my graphics drivers just crashed and shut down Tibia. I think I've got a black screen, but I think you guys can still see by the looks of things. Anyway, I'm glad I wasn't hunting then. But yes, my Tibia just crashed, but at least I was in the house, so never mind. But no, I don't know anything about druid gems. But as I was saying, you should come and join our Discord server. There, we've got a skill wheel channel, and you can ask there. I'm sure somebody will help you. Yeah, it's the second day my AMD drivers crashed. Yesterday they crashed. I got really lucky then because I just finished a pull. I was doing terror sleeps and I finished a box. And then my AMD drivers crashed and everything blew up. And now this has happened again. So I may need to look into the AMD driver rollback as well, actually. Yeah, my Discord has like over 3,000 people. You can find every fanatic about any Tibia content on there. So yeah, feel free to join. Somebody will be able to help you. Update drivers. Yeah, I'm gonna update the driver. I actually did get a notification this morning about AMD driver update, which I ignored. But I think I'm going back to update it. Anyway, let's find somebody to raid. Is anybody streaming? Open to recommendations. Don't really see much. Zaran, good host Zaran. What's he doing? His daily Nemesis hunting. I suppose we could go there. Valor. Will VOD be available? VODs are always available on YouTube. They immediately after the stream is finished, you can check out the VOD on YouTube straight away. Let's turn off the sound. I just want to find somebody to raid real quick. I kind of need to finish quite quickly, so there's no suggestions. Let's see. Let's find like the first monk player somewhere. Freaking auth streams. There we go. VDA Pedro. What's VDA? Oh yeah, okay. VDA Pedro. Let's go to VDA Pedro. Streaming some monk. Looks like he's hunting some walls or something. So let's go to him. Thanks everyone for watching. Probably see you tomorrow. Thank you everybody, and bye-bye. See you in the next one. And say hello to VDA Pedro from me. Bye-bye. Sorry about the random crash towards the end. Bye-bye.